game, Kellen Clemens. In fact, just on his second snap, he was intercepted and injured. The Jets tell us it's a rib injury. He could return, but still don't see him out there. Warming up for the second half. It's Pennington right now loosening up, and he saw most of the action in that second quarter for the Jets. What about the second half coming up here, Phil?
Well, you know, if I was the New York Jets, just from their side, just keep playing. Don't take chances. See what the weather brings to you. And especially in the third quarter, they'll probably be going into the wind, which is a big factor. So that's the plus side for the Jets. If it gets to a point where you got to start making plays, they're not blocking well enough up front to give Chad Pennington time.
Almost 3-1 time of possession for New England, and holding New York to 2 first downs. One of them on a 49-yard gallop by Leon Washington, where the Jets came out of that series with nothing. They went for it on 4th and 2, and Brad Smith threw an incompletion. And a recap here. This is Clemens getting walloped by Seymour. It set up the whole thing. Eugene Wilson running it back. Bowens with the block punt and the run back. Kelly Washington with a minute to go in the half gets that one overturned. And it leads to a Maroney end zone celebration.
Now, New England, what they decide to do, they're going to kick into the wind. So Bill Belichick has said, well, we'll see how the game goes in the third quarter. And if we have to force the issue, we'll have the wind to our back in the fourth quarter.
And this game is brought to you in high definition here on CBS. Patriots, as you said, Phil, will kick it away to the Jets. Bruschi and Seau and Vrabel, who appeared to be shaken up before the half, but he's got the helmet on, so we expect him back on the field in a moment.
Mike Vrabel, without question, the best pass rusher for the Patriots. Always from the outside. Eric Mangini, what did he say? Eric Mangini says he takes information and he uses against his opponent so well, and he can do it from both sides. That's what makes him valuable. He can rush the passer from the right and the left.
They turn on the lights here at Gillette Stadium as we start the third quarter. That's Leon Washington. Taken off, and there is a flag that probably will negate a great second half run back. Second half kick could have set up the Jets near midfield.
During the return, holding, receiving team, number 58. 10-yard penalty, first down. So
36-yard run back is going to be compromised. Matt Chatham, a former Patriot, flag for that one. Well, here's the injury with Clemens. Seymour, look at this takedown.
Big takedown, body wrapped up, nothing Kellen Clemens can do to protect himself, and that's the story. He goes to the locker room, they say it's rib problem. That's the story for the Jets offense. They are not protected inside. I think they struggle this year. They have struggled by getting overpowered by defensive linemen. And
it was Clemens who had to replace an injured Pennington week 1 against New England. McCarron's bounced out by Adalis Thomas as the Jets pick up a nice gain of 8.
Let me say this, Jim, too. I said the Jets, third quarter manage the game, hang in there, whatever. Well, it's changed. They got the wind behind them. Now you got to be aggressive. Play calling. Chad Pennington's got to know. Try to get it done this quarter, because it'll be much tougher in the fourth.
Second down and 2. And Pennington with a couple of completions to start the third quarter, and their third first down of the game.
Yeah, really nice placement of the football by Chad Pennington. Throws it to the back shoulder. Otherwise, Asante Samuels is going to pick it off. Pennington has shown over the years, we saw it here last year, he throws the football pretty well in the rain and the wind.
On first down, takes what's there underneath to Baker. You take Pennington's numbers week 1, and they were good. They were 17 of 21, a couple of touchdowns. Clemens came in and threw 10 passes, no picks. Their quarterback rating as a team is the highest of any opponent for New England this season. Plus, they had no giveaways in that game.
I think we were talking about the score at halftime was
14-7.
14-7.
New England. Yep. That's when Hobbs then ran back the second half kick, 108 yards.
Good job by Chad Pennington there. Just using that quarterback sneak to really put the team in the situations they want, of course. All teams do. They'd like a third and short instead of third and long.
Just a little more than a yard to go. Have to get it to the 45 for the first. Protected. Pennington's pass knocked down. Richard Seymour having a huge game with, well, a sack, the knockdown to force the interception return.
Yeah, Richard Seymour, if this pass gets off, it's headed for trouble. But Richard Seymour, look at Adalis Thomas come from the other side. Oh, boy, Jericho Cotchery says it's sandwiched between two defenders.
Jets have not converted on third down today. Rams boot all the way back to the 9-yard line where it's fielded by Welker. 47-yard punt. Brady coming out for the second half in a moment. Jim Nance and Phil Simms when we're back here at Foxborough, and it's been raining throughout. Tom Brady in that first half had 10 completions, but none longer than 12 yards. And that's Maroney for another 3. It's not that you expect anybody to put up impressive numbers on a day like this.
I don't know. You know, I was waiting to see. I thought, well, if anybody can do it, it would be the Patriots. But they're managing the game, trying to win it a different way. 16 attempts, only one throw down the field really by Tom Brady. Running the football, and how can you complain? They're up 17-7.
Maroney again, running right behind center Dan Copen. Third and short coming up for New England.
I'm sorry, Jim. I just want to say I managed many games like this when I played for the Giants. When you're going in one direction, we've been playing wind all the time, and all you did going in the wind is go, let's get a first down. Because if I got a first down, that would mean I could maybe get a 5-minute drive and take it off the clock and wait for my opportunities to come when the quarter changed. And really watch the Patriots taking the play clock down, taking their time. They had a beautiful drive in the first quarter to eat up the clock.
Got to get to the 19 for the first. Drew Coleman comes in on Brady, and his pass is picked. Rivas with the pick, and flags are down. He was thrown down immediately by Moss.
Yeah, it'll be offensive pass interference. Tom Brady, blitzer comes free. You make any quarterback throw it before he's ready, it's going to be off target, and Darrelle Rivas all over Randy Moss.
Pass interference, offense, number 81, is declined. The result of the play is a first down for New York.
Well, that's just the 6th interception of the season suffered by Brady.
Blitz from the outside. There it comes free. Tom Brady, nothing on the football, but more importantly, Randy Moss tries to save him, but Rivas with the interception.
That's the first time Brady's been picked at home since the first home game against San Diego when Clinton Hart picked him. He'd gone almost, 229 attempts at home since his last pass was intercepted.
That was Drew Coleman timing the blitz perfectly, and this is what the Jets need, a break, get back in the game, and keep putting pressure on New England's offense and their team.
They've got Brad Smith at quarterback at the 34 after the rookie Rivas comes up with the takeaway. Running the option. And Wolford had him for a moment. Look at Brad Smith fighting for 7 yards.
Yeah, just a great effort. Great effort by Brad Smith, showing he's strong, but could have been a loss of yardage. Look at the defenders, all waiting. Ty Warren missed the tackle. Mike Vrabel, Junior Seau, Vince Wilfork, everybody in position to make it a negative play. Wow,
pulls down the hand warmer.
Yes, somebody said they call them sissy pouches, but whoever said that, they weren't a quarterback.
And again, it's up the middle. That's good for a first. Thomas Jones running right behind Nick Mangold. So Brady with only his 6th pick of the year. And of course, everybody now starting to hone in on the fact that that record is imminent. The Peyton Manning 49 touchdowns in a season record. Well, he has not added any today, but talking to Tom, he'll tell you that the records he's most proud of, or the stat he's most proud of, is interceptions, or fewest interceptions. That and completion percentage. The Jets have a first down at the 23. And Smith going to keep it. You just can't believe these 2 runs by Smith. Picks up 3. Now you think they might go to Smith as just kind of a specialty play, you know, for 1 or 2 looks, but it looks like they're going to give him the series.
Well, they're giving him time, and it's only because of his athletic effort. That's it, because the design has no chance right now against this defense. The Patriots are all over the plays. They're just not making the tackles.
Smith has thrown 1 pass in this game. It was incomplete on a 4th down. That's no gain. What a snappy effort by Junior Seau, bringing down Jones at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, you know what it is, Jim, and you know I hear this argument all the time about this offense that's coming in pros. I said it earlier, but the options are so limited. There's the back, there's the quarterback. What are you going to do? You hand it off to him, or you keep it around the end? The defense knows it, especially when the threat of the pass is not great. And you go, even if he throws it, it's not dynamic enough.
Pennington is back in on 3rd and 7. The play is whistled dead.
Well, ruin the rhythm of the offense. Chad Pennington coming off the bench.
Delay of game, offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
Jets got to get something out of this drive. Again, this is significantly better conditions going downwind than they would face in the 4th, and they've already once turned it over on downs in the first half down in this area.
You just got to make sure, once again, I say it a lot, but games like this, it's big. Make sure you get the field goal attempt at worst.
3rd and 12, and Pennington goes underneath. It's Baker. Ball's out, and it's scooped up by Eugene Wilson. Handling the ball for the 2nd time today. Had the pick in the run back, and it's Adalys Thomas who takes it out of the hands of Baker, and the Jets come up empty again in New England territory.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. With Southwest Airlines' convenient nonstop flights, it's like having your own company plane. Wrangler, makers of Wrangler 5-star premium denim jeans. And by Wachovia, smart financial decisions. Are you with Wachovia?
Eugene Wilson comes up with the fumble recovery. And the Patriots escape that little threat. They go back to Maroney into the arms of David Harris. Baker was not going to pick up the first here, Phil, but they certainly would have had a field goal somewhere around 33 yards if he had just been tackled right at that spot.
Yeah, it's easy for me to say, but it's so much about what's going on. Holding it loosely. Doesn't even have his fingertips over the edge of the ball, so when it's hit, it comes out of there easy. You just got to really concentrate to the max on a day like today. That's what it's about.
2nd and 6 in Maroney.
One phrase I hate in football: don't lose the game. You hear that sometimes about a quarterback, and I go, come on, don't lose it. Oh, okay, it's really simple. But today it's one of those days, Jim, where it does hold true. It's about doing things that you usually don't think of, being extra protective of the football and not taking chances, knowing the score, know where you're on the field. And the Jets, their game management by the players and even the coaches has not been good.
Well, they've had 2 situations now where they were deep at that end of the field and walk away once, stopped on 4th down in the fumble. Meanwhile, the Patriots are going to move it. Get a new set of downs at the 28. That goes for 6 to Kevin Falk.
And that's all they want. 1 first down. And now it's just here goes the clock. And the Jets, 2 opportunities with the win. Good field position after a turnover. The Patriots have an opportunity to take this down quite a bit before they punt, even if they don't get a first down in the next 3 plays.
Patriots, with a win today, would officially lock up home field throughout, the #1 seed, which is pretty much a foregone conclusion for anybody who's watched it all season long anyway. But today it can become official. Watch NFL players tell their personal stories and help decide what will be this year's NFL Super Bowl commercial. It's only at NFL.com/superad.
You know, Jim, I talk so much about the clock and managing on days like this. When we play a really bad weather game in New York and we'd be out there and we get a first down, if we were up 3-0, 7-0 going in the win, I'd look to the sideline and Bill Parcells would have his fingers like he's going to shoot something, shooting his clock. Kill the clock for me. That would be in the first quarter.
Already thinking ahead.
Oh, absolutely. He's thinking already managing the game. Less chances for the other team, especially when you get the lead.
Maroney getting his biggest workout of the season.
And it's been tough, too. You know, the Jets have figured it out. This is different. Playing the Patriots today, this is not typical. It's not fired down the field to Randy Moss, Dante Stallworth.
3rd and a long yard to go. And there's a flag thrown in.
False start. Offense, number 65. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
On the AFC side, New England locks up the #1 seed with a win or a Colts loss today. Indianapolis playing late in the afternoon at Oakland. Pittsburgh in a fight today with Jacksonville. Then you got San Diego off that big comeback win last week at 8-5. Wild card, Jacksonville, Cleveland, Buffalo in the mix. Houston off its win, not eliminated. They're 7-7. A 3rd and 6, and that's incomplete. Well, the Jets defense, the crowd here wanted an interference call. They don't get it in the direction of both Stallworth and Moss.
Well, it's to nobody. It's Hank Poteet off the corner, comes in unblocked. Tom Brady has to throw it quickly, and just fortunate it's not a turnover.
Patriots with only 1 first down in this quarter, and it twice.
Beautiful kick.
Yes, it is, into that win. Washington. And Heath Evans shoves him out. With 4 minutes to go in the 3rd. 46-yard punt into that very significant win. Well, that's the Jets. Where it's going wrong today. 2 turnovers. Failing to convert on 3rd. Punt block that led to a touchdown. Country shifting out of the backfield. Pennington under center. Leon Washington darting away from Vrabel, only getting back to the line of scrimmage.
Yep, they call that setting the edge.
Well, Eugene Wilson having a little highlight film of his own today.
Yeah, I'd say so, interception. And then the big fumble by Chris Baker, who picks it up. Eugene Wilson, we're standing up here before the game, and I'm going, wow, where has Eugene Wilson gone? He's listed 3rd on the depth chart. James Sanders out. He gets a shot, playing very well.
Wilson had missed 5 games prior to last week. Set up the screen. Washington unable to get under his feet. So no gain. That last series, again, leading to the Baker fumble and the turnover. Pennington, with these favorable wind conditions, did not get to see all the snaps on that series. I would think that's crushing to him.
Yeah, and he gets in there on 3rd down, then he loses track of the clock. And yeah, you got the wind behind you. You're trying to get some rhythm with your quarterback. You're trying to get back in the game. The Brad Smith at quarterback, it worked for 1 play. It's not dynamic, and I thought it really hurt the flow. Oh, proof is in the pudding. It hurt the New York Jets.
They have a 3rd and 10 from the 36. Pennington lost it downfield, and that's just thrown away. Oh, there's a flag. It was intended for McCarron's.
Yes. Too much contact. Arms went out. Grabbed the receiver.
It's Wilson. He's going to be flagged for it.
Pass interference. Defense, number 26. Automatic. First down.
On the outside, blitz can't be picked up. Eugene Wilson, the contact with his body. And, you know, I know everybody goes, well, that doesn't look like anything. But I always say this, and what do I say, Jim? If you're running down the field and I just come out there and stick my arm out in front of you or my body, think what it's going to do to you. I know there's going to be some contact. When I saw it live, full speed, that was a foul.
And it gives the Jets a first down at their own 49.
Of course, I don't know if it'd slow you any down if I put my arm in front of you.
Take the handoff and go over to Country. He steps out at the 46 of the Patriots, 5 yards. Thomas running him out.
You look at this game today, and the Jets, the opportunities have been there. And what we talk about before the game? Well, the Patriots piled up on them and beat them 70-0. Why? Because you're angry? I'd have never lost a game.
You're angry every week.
Well, of course.
You find reasons to hate your opponent any week in the NFL.
Sure you do.
2nd down and 5. And again, the Jets going without Lavernius Coles, who tried to play today on a tender ankle and has been out since the first few snaps. That's incomplete, going for Jones. With Thomas barreling down on him.
Well, you've got a good team. Of course, we know the Patriots undefeated. That's an understatement to say they're good. But a lot of guys come through and make plays. Every week, the characters change. Today, Adalys Thomas. Haven't talked about him much in previous weeks. Eugene Wilson. And always Mike Vrabel.
And the Jets finally convert one on 3rd down. Timeout, New York. 2 minutes to go, 3rd quarter, and a big 3rd down coming up after the break.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Sirius Satellite Radio. Hear every NFL game every week on Sirius Satellite Radio, the best radio on radio. And by Dodge. Live life to the fullest. Dodge. Grab life.
Blustery and nasty. But they play on, and it's 3rd down coming up for the Jets. 3rd and 5 at the New England 46.
It's the perfect storm, all right, but it might be for the Jets. It's just, it has evened it out. Tough conditions. Actually tougher than I thought it was, or it was going to be for the offensive players today.
Pennington, nothing open on the right side. Nothing open on that side either.
Down the field and boom, no go nowhere. Everybody covered. In fact, they're double covered in some of the spots. And Chad Pennington moves. Is anybody going to get open? Nobody on top is open either, and Pennington has to throw it away.
So Graham in to boot it to Kevin Falk. And the Jets had a chance. McCarron's slipped right through his hands again. He'll take over at the 20. You want to beat an undefeated team, you got to make these plays right here. McCarron's actually not even close to be able to make that one.
Well, I think we said it a couple times. Jets, they've had a lot of opportunities to be right there even.
It's Maroney. And he's running hard for about 8. Tonight again, the season finale of Survivor China. Final 4 castaways, 1 ultimate survivor, and the live reunion. It's tonight. After 60 really come on strong the second half of this season, and Jacksonville taking the lead in that game.
You know, that quarterback's pretty good too.
They had the lead, but increasing their lead. The quarterback is good. David Garrard, as we see Maroney for a couple.
How about Lawrence Maroney? You know, you go along and you're not much of the offense for a long time, and all right, today's your day. 22 times, 92 yards. Excellent production for Lawrence Maroney.
In the 22 rush attempts, that's a new high for the second-year man from Minnesota. That's going to end the third quarter. 17-7 New England. Back after this message and a word from your local station. We're starting the fourth quarter here in Foxborough. Jim Nantz and Phil Simms with the Patriots leading it by 10. And the Jets defense in the fourth quarter this season has allowed more points in more than any team in the league except for Chicago. Brady coming out, wanted to throw it. And the pass with Revis back turned and a flag. Throwing it to Gaffney.
Well, if you're a defensive back and you have to cover that long, it's hard not to.
Illegal contact, defense, number 24. 5-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Boy, he did have some time. Brady has not been sacked today, was not sacked last week by the Steelers.
Top of your screen, Revis, good coverage on Jabbar Gaffney. At the last second, well, I didn't see the hole, but Tom Brady, look at the pocket, look at the space. Nice move there to create time. First play, the wind's behind their back, and they try to go down the field.
First down, back to Maroney. His 23rd carry of the day, and it's another good one. Picks up 6. Maroney with the only offensive touchdown of this game.
It's work. Watch him work, picking up the yards. Nothing easy. You can hear the hits. And a touchdown.
He'll have his 100 yards here shortly. I think a lot of people, before they understood just how good Randy Moss was going to be with the Patriots going into this season, they were thinking this would be the kind of production you'd see from Maroney every week. And that's incomplete. They've, of course, not had to emphasize the running game. In fact, last week they had only 9 rush attempts for the entire game versus 46 passes. Why would you need to run it with the way they've been moving it?
Well, that's right. And I said this last week. What's your job as a coach? You're the offensive coordinator. Get the football to your best players. And I always say, put the pecking order. Randy Moss is number 1. And then who do you put 2? Wes Welker. Where does Lawrence Maroney fit in? Well, today he's number 1.
3rd and 4. Brady shakes off a hit, and that ball knocked down by Hobson somehow. Welker was about to catch it for a first.
Yeah, just again, protection. Darrelle Revis having an awesome day outside covering receivers down the field. Tom Brady surprised that he actually gets away from the rush. But look at the coverage down the field. Nobody open. And Victor Hobson, the last second, knocks it down.
Brady only 1 for 5 in this half and was picked in the third quarter by Revis. Johnson having his biggest workout of the season. And now Washington buffed it. But the Jets recover, and it's Rivas who comes back for it. Kelly Washington was right there. Chad Pennington on the sideline as this next series starts with the Jets with Brad Smith back at quarterback. Kellen Clemens injured on their second offensive play of the game when he was hit by Seymour, and pass was picked and returned for a touchdown. Out with a rib injury. And it's still in the hands of Smith. He's found an open space in the secondary out to the 36. There is a flag. He runs it for 20 yards. How about that performance by Jacksonville at Pittsburgh? Again, the Steelers undefeated at home on the season.
I think Shannon Sharp was all over that today.
Second down and 5. It's Baker reeling it in. Enough for the first, and Harrison's disappointed he wasn't able to make the play.
Well, Chris Baker, what a surprise. He turned around, the football hit him. Chad Pennington, not the strongest arm in the league, but anticipation, placement of the football, it's perfect. Hard to defend that.
Pennington 12 of 18 in this game. And he handed off on first down and smacked right away by Adalis Thomas. Is Thomas Jones. Loses a yard.
We said that name a lot today, Adalis Thomas. Play many positions when you're that size. Outside linebacker, big enough to be a defensive lineman, good enough to be in pass coverage.
Got Wallace right. Makes the grab. Just his 4th catch of the season. It goes for 5 yards. Baker bounces off a one hit, and that's quite a play by the tight end who fumbled in the 3rd quarter, but this time able to make the second effort, bouncing off the hit.
Well, sometimes it helps to be big. Chris Baker, Asante Samuels, wow, that didn't even, did something just hit me? I don't even know.
Hey, please get out of my way, right?
That's right.
5th catch of the game for Baker. They run it once again on first down. And just like the last time, sets him back a yard. Thomas Jones on the carry.
You know, they've run some plays up inside today and has had success a couple. But overall, when you look at this New England defense, Vince Wilfork is in the middle. He is almost unblockable. It takes 2, and then he's still going to make the tackle. You put 2 guys on him. And then Ty Warren on the other side of him.
Second and 11.
Just overpowered, I think, the New York Jet offensive line inside.
Boy, Samuel came up to make the pick, but first it was caught by McCarron's. There's Eugene Wilson also in on that.
Yeah, they're trying to catch the rhythm. They're off, reading the quarterback, and Asante Samuel comes for the pickoff or the knockdown and misses it.
He had the knockout punch, if you remember, in the wild card game here. He picked off Pennington in January, returned it for a touchdown. And what had been a competitive game up until that point early in the fourth quarter. 1st and 10. Pennington goes with the safe one underneath. He was looking long for Cotchery.
They tried to fake the short one, go long. Patriots, they know when you drive on short passes and try to make a play and you don't, the offense sees it. They try to go by you, so they played it safe and stayed back. 4
yards by Jones off the catch. Pennington 6 for 6 on this drive, make it 7-7. Cotchery bangs his way to the 39. It'll be 3rd and about 2.
I'll tell you what's happening on this drive, and it's very evident. Chad Pennington in rhythm, feeling good. That one got away from him a little bit, but making a lot of good throws against a good defense and very tough elements right now.
And Baker converts for the 2nd time on this series on 3rd down.
Watch this. Watch this throw. The wind hits it, knocks it down. Good job by Chris Baker. Staying with it and making a tough catch.
And again, the Jets putting together their best drive really of the day. That early one when they had the ball down in New England territory, picked up really on one run by Washington. Thomas Jones to about the 30, and they're doing it right into the most trying conditions here. Got a doubleheader of college basketball action next Saturday on CBS, UCLA, Michigan, and then the rematch of the national championship game. Florida and Ohio State here on the road to the Final Four, CBS. They've had 4 first downs on this drive alone, after having only 5 first downs through the first 3 quarters. On 2nd and 6, look out. Oh boy, Randall Gay was waiting and ready to race.
You're right, inside receiver breaks it out. And Randall Gay, as soon as that receiver makes a quick move to the outside, it's Jericho Cotchery. He goes, well, there's no way he can hurt me up the field. He runs underneath him. And really, the football got away from Chad Pennington. Otherwise, it's going to be intercepted.
3rd down and 6. To Cotchery. What a hit. Absolutely knocked sideways by Asante Samuel. And now the Jets will face a decision here because they need 2 scores, but into that wind. Now look what they spotted here, Phil.
Yeah, good spot. This time I think they spotted it right, Jim. Chad Pennington sees the blitz. Look at the soft throw in front. And what a job of holding on to the football.
The Patriots may want to consider challenging that spot, because they've ruled it a first down. It's in the books now as it's Thomas Jones running off right tackle behind Anthony Clement for 5 yards.
Samuels didn't miss that tackle that time. Of course, it wasn't Chris Baker.
A 2nd and 5 in the red zone. And he'll take what's given to him underneath. Leon Washington.
It really is. It's
dink and dunk.
Oh, it's something else to watch. And you can hear every once in a while the frustration by the Patriots defense coming through in the mics.
Timeout called by the Patriots, with the Jets driving.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Toyota. Moving forward. Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. And by Sprint. proud sponsors and avid fans of the NFL.
And the Jets trying to fight back here in the late going. Down 10, the 17th play of this drive on the way. Had it for 7.5 minutes. 3rd and 1. Pennington over to McCarron's. And that was Ty Warren in the face of Pennington when he released it. They're going to kick the field goal.
Yeah, good coverage down the field. Chad Pennington finally spots somebody that's got a little window, but the pressure makes him play it a little too safe. Justin McCarron's to the outside. And it goes a little too high, but you have to kick the field goal to try to make this game a one-score game.
So 33-yard field goal try. He's made his last 14, finishing strong to this season as he did last year when he made his last 18. So 33 yards by Nugent, and he drills it. And we've got a one-score game in the fourth quarter. 17-10 New England. As this winter wonderland, if that's what it is, has changed the way the Patriots usually attack. We had blocked punts. One going right in for the recovery and return for the Jets. The other one setting up the Patriots' lone offensive touchdown.
Did you sense it last night when we were talking to Eric Mangini? I did. The confidence. You know, they have a pretty good feel for the New England Patriots, I think. And they got plans, and of course, he knows them so well. And really on both sides of the ball, the opportunities have been there.
You could definitely sense that the Jets had heard enough about all this talk about how they're going to get smacked around here and embarrassed on the field. Hobbs tripped up at the 28. We'll take a break. 17-10 New England.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by MasterCard. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. And by Subway Restaurants. Subway. Eat fresh.
6 minutes to go, and the Patriots in this half, 3 drives, 3 total first downs. This is the only half this season they have not scored in. Brady firing on first down, and the pass is incomplete. One for Moss. Tonight, 60 Minutes, you'll be surprised what Yankee third baseman Alex Rodriguez has to say about the new steroid scandal in his interview with Katie Couric tonight on 60 Minutes. While we have a moment, Phil, I just want to pass along condolences to our Senior Vice President of Communications, Leslie Ann Wade, in the loss on Friday of her dear father. He was a wonderfully proud father, husband, and grandfather, and so often seen at our big events, and he will be missed. Mike Wade passing on Friday. Here's Brady. Gets a lot of air under this one, and it's over everyone's head.
Well, Tom Brady sees one-on-one coverage to the outside, and guess who's he throwing it to? Randy Moss. So he puts it up in the air, tries to give Randy Moss just that opportunity to make that catch. But again, good coverage down the field by the Jet defenders. They have done a good job. They've used the elements in the way they've blitzed, the way they've covered the receivers, and I think it's safe to say this is the worst passing game of the year for the New England Patriots.
And by a mile. Brady. The players There's another record that's going to be broken. That's another big one for Favre. Passing yardage now belongs to him.
Dan held all those records, but two great throwers of the football.
Maroney now over 100 on the game off that last carry. Just beating the play clock. And Brady to the end zone and almost picked off by Poteet. He was able to take away what oftentimes would end up in the hands of Moss in many of those same situations.
Yeah, Randy Moss, inside receiver of the 3, breaks to the sideline at the last second. Hank Poteet, what timing. He saw Randy Moss turn for it. He saw him look. Perfect throw by Tom Brady, but excellent coverage, excellent play by Hank Poteet. Oh, you're right, Jim. Not only is it last second deflection, almost makes the interception.
So 3rd and 6 for the Patriots.
Which would have saved the game or given the Jets a chance. Because a field goal here is just as good as a touchdown.
The game is being temporarily suspended until the snowball stops being thrown onto the field.
Well, they were being heaved out of that end zone.
Yeah,
and there comes another one.
They're getting hit with them on the sideline. And I think one of the officials got hit with the snowball. Now remember, they're standing right down there underneath the goalposts.
It's not really a snowball. It's even more offensive. It's an ice ball. And we're on the Jets sideline of the field. And there have been continuous ammunition thrown in their direction.
Of course, I'm not going to lie. I'm taking a step back all day long. I'm waiting for one. You know, I just missed one up here a few years ago. Nicked me.
So they're just going to wait till things settle down. Jerome Bogert.
12 seconds on the play clock.
And it'll put him back into action. I'm going to add some time on the play clock.
Here you go, here you go.
And it's 3rd and 6. But got Brady wrapped up this time. That is Sean Ellis.
Tom Brady sacked, but you've got to give all the credit to the defenders down the field. Look at him. Plenty of time. Draws back to throw it. He wants to throw it to Randy Moss to his right side. Covered very well.
All right.
David Barrett, good coverage.
34-yard field goal by Gostowski with 3:29 to go. And Gostowski. That one is good. 20-10. 3:21 to go. Back to a 2-possession game. All right, we're back here at Gillette Stadium, and the Patriots use up almost 3 minutes. They had the big 3rd down completion when Brady was almost sacked, and he was able to escape, hit Welker, and that certainly was a very large play in this one. Able to use up more time and, more importantly, get the advantage up to 10 again.
Well, big plays, no question. The one you said to Wes Welker, that basically will give him a very good chance of winning the game, but driving on down, the catch by Randy Moss. And as we said, the field goal as good as a touchdown.
Last December, the last time Tom did not have a touchdown pass in a game. Washington. Another run back. Gets past Kelly Washington. Gostowski tries to make a hit. Here comes Leon Washington into New England territory. And a flag at the last second. It may have been a face mask. Mel Mitchell finally running him down after a 49-yard run back.
Personal foul. Horse car tackle. Kicking team, number 24. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. first down.
Yeah, what they're doing, Jim, they're saying, first off, good return. Good job by Leon Washington. Sees the blocks fast enough to get through the hole. That is terrific. Nice cut back. Mitchell. It is a horse collar. Couldn't tell if he gets inside the shoulder pads. Pulls him down. Yes, good call. It's not like it used to be. You don't have to pull him straight down and fall on him, which is extremely dangerous. And since they instituted the rule and have enforced it, I've noticed, well, you notice it's just not it doesn't happen near as frequently as it did in past years.
So another big play by Leon Washington. He had a 49-yard rush in the first half. Now a 49-yard kick return, plus 15 more. And the Jets pick up the first down. Was he ever touched? No. They rule him down at the 19. It goes for 11. Leon Washington keeping the Jets in this game.
Yeah, he really did. And now the Jets, they have timeouts, the 2-minute warning, and if you just score, then you make the onside kick, it still gives you a chance.
So Baker on the reception, the snap coming from the New England 20. Going back in the direction of Baker, who turned around in time to make the catch right over Eric Alexander.
Boy, that's a couple times today we have seen Baker, Chris Baker, just make the catch because the football just hits him and sticks to him. He's covered down the field. That's Alexander all over him, but Chad Pennington right away recognizes the defender is not looking back at the quarterback. If they're not looking back at the quarterback, they cannot make the interception.
Alexander was in for Bruschi, but Teddy Bruschi, the defensive captain's back in. First and goal for New York. Jets have had 3 trips into the red zone today and managed only 1 field goal. To the end zone, ball caught, but was he? Yes, they say he had possession in time with the feet down. Touchdown, New York Jets. Justin McCarron's.
He got the feet down, but did he have possession?
I'm not sure.
Nice catch. He re-grips it.
I don't know about that second foot being in. And there's a red flag coming out from the New England sideline.
Well, the second foot, I think he got it in, Jim. The question is, did he have possession of the football when the right foot was it down?
You know, the first time that you're saying it was down, I don't think he had possession of it at that point. And of course, just outside the 2-minute mark, so the challenges come from the sidelines. If it holds up, the Jets were able to get down the field in 59 seconds.
The New England coaching staff is challenging New England on the field of a completed catch.
All right, it will be reviewed. And will it hold up as a Jets touchdown? A perfectly thrown ball by Pennington. Watch when he has possession. He bobbles it a couple of times.
Now
he has it. Left foot in, right foot out.
Yeah, that's, if you do it that way, it's tough. But it looks like it's could be overruled. He's open. If you catch it cleanly, he lets the football get by him instead of turning your hands the other way and catching it in front. And that's what stops him from getting both feet down before he gains possession. You understand, Jim? And,
totally.
You know, if you turn your hands around the other way and you put your left hand on top, you catch the football in front, and it gives you more time to bring it in, make the adjustment or whatever, and get your feet down.
The pass was exactly where it had to be, too.
It's almost the first time all day we've seen somebody get open down the field for the New York Jets.
After reviewing the play, there's an incomplete pass. The receiver bobbled the ball going out of bounds. It will be second down on the 8-yard line. New England will not be charged a team timeout.
Time he gains possession, cannot get both feet in.
This is Chad checking it out after a brief celebration and knowing that this thing could be overturned, which in fact it is. So here we go, 2nd and goal. Goes away from Warren. And almost intercepted there by Hobbs. Going for McCarron's. There is a flag. And now the Jets.
Holding, offense, number 68. 10-yard penalty, replays 2nd down.
Right tackle Anthony Clement on the hold. To the top of your screen, here he is. Gets beat at the inside just a little bit. Oh, there we go. Ty Warren pulls his jersey. Once you pull that jersey, that's easy for the referee to see.
2nd and goal from the 17. 6 defensive backs come in for the Patriots. Pass behind Leon Washington. After this, we'll be going back to the studio in New York for the Subway post-game show. Full recap of all the early action, scores and highlights. With James Brown, Dan Shannon, and Boomer, and Coach Cowher coming up on the Subway post-game show.
Well, you kind of go back to what we've said so many times today, Jim. Just make sure you give yourself a field goal attempt. And Chad Pennington, I know he's very cognizant of that. Don't lose yards with the sack. Not wide open, don't take a chance.
Vrabel coming in on the blitz. The ball thrown away quickly. We're looking in the area of Baker. When Pennington had no choice but to unload it with Vrabel coming in.
Yeah, what it is, it's a blitz again, and New England Patriots, we've seen it so much with their team, and you see it with Indianapolis. When there's a big play to be made, they are going to come after you and try to make the play. And this is the only choice you have. Kick the field goal, try to make it a one-score game.
Be a 35-yarder for Mike Nugent. Look out. That one is wide left. They had to have the field goal. So 4 times today the Jets have the football, 4 different trips into the red zone, and they come away with 1 field goal out of the whole lot.
Well, I guess today's game, the season, last year they made so many of the plays that counted, especially late, to win close games. And this year, it seems like the New York Jets never have not made them all year long. Bill Belichick says, good, that ends this game.
Yeah. So 2:12 left. The Jets have 2 timeouts. Maroney adds another couple yards to his total. And that'll bring us to the 2-minute warning. And the Patriots on their way to 14-0. Again, coming up, the Subway post-game show, and you'll see scores and highlights, including the update on Pittsburgh and Jacksonville, with the Steelers coming back to tie that game inside of 5 minutes to go, tied at 22. They had a big wet snow and nasty weather conditions up this way on Thursday, and Coach Belichick used that occasion to practice in that heavy wet snow. In fact, after that, he stayed in the building all night, decided not to go home. It was just so treacherous, and everybody backed up so much with all the travel difficulties.
Jets practiced in it too.
Timeout called by the Jets. Now the anticipation of the midfield meeting between Mangini and Belichick, just a couple of minutes away. We talked to both of them yesterday about the handshake in midfield, and Coach Belichick, that was the memorable one last year. He made a phone call to that photographer the next day. But he can remember his days when he was coaching in Cleveland. There wasn't such a big to-do about handshakes. He did it maybe half the time. Tom Landry didn't do it. But Grant, the Minnesota coach, never shook hands.
Buddy Ryan never shook hands.
But it's different now. Now you come to expect it.
Well, Eric Mangini, you asked him that question, and what did he say? It's a sign of sportsmanship. And that was a good answer, and that's what it is. Hey, it's a rough, tough game. We all know that. And it's tough. The battles are tough. When it's over, shake hands and say, see you next time.
3rd and 8. And a timeout called by New England as the Patriots are trying to go to 14-0 to become only the second team ever to be 14-0 in a season. The other 35 years ago today, that Miami Dolphins team finished their perfect season, their regular season, with a 16-0 blanking of the Colts. And that was on this date. Miami finished the regular season 14-0. And now the Patriots trying to become the second team to do just that. Of course, they had that team, that old Miami team, back out there today and honored them at halftime of the Miami-Baltimore game. There you see it.
Bears, seen a lot of those teams. The Broncos, 98, I did that game. They lost to the New York Giants. Colts lost to San Diego Chargers.
Over to Evans, and good piece of tackling by Abram Elam.
You know, Jim, you talk about this streak, being undefeated. No matter how you handle it and what you say and what you think, it does wear on you. Because every day after practice, there's all the press hanging around. Every time you turn on the TV, it's always about you. Every paper you pick up, Patriots, it's there. You call your mom. What's your mom say? Do you think you'd go undefeated?
It's everywhere.
What do you think? It's so.
How many times do you get it in a day about the Patriots?
Oh, my
Everywhere
gosh,
you go.
constantly. And, you know, I never answer those questions a lot, but I have to admit, after 9-0 this year, it was so spectacular what they were doing. I go, I can't avoid it. I got to talk about it. And I fell into it. I said, I think they can do it.
I asked Coach Belichick, when was the first time you actually got asked? Can you remember this season? Because I remember it starting earlier than any other time, much more so than the Colts team that won its first 13 games. Won the first 13 games a couple of years ago. And he said it was after game 2. Not directly after the game, but during that week after San Diego and before Buffalo.
And you researched it and found it out.
Well,
that they did.
He was asked, is 16-0 possible? This was September the 19th. And Belichick replied, that's so ridiculous. Seriously, is there anything else anybody wants to ask me?
Yeah, that's right. Can you ask me about the game, our team? I got to go. But it is amazing. And to the Patriots, what's on their side here late in the year, playing like you've brought it up many times. Last week home on a Sunday afternoon, this week home, next week home, and their travel dates before the playoffs only down to New York against the Giants last game of the year.
Barring any Jets miracle here at the end, they will have home field throughout the 1 seed locked up with this performance today, proving today you can win ugly if the elements demand that you have to go with a different approach.
No matter how good you are in the NFL, you're going to have to win some ugly games. You're going to have to get lucky, get a big break. They got some breaks in Baltimore. Most of the games they've just come out and outplayed the other team.
And that goes down as a sack by both Thomas and Green.
I'm going to tell you something, too, as we're watching the end of this game. Chad Pennington, you are to be commended for being ready, being a backup, handling everything the right way, even sitting on the sideline and watching a lot of plays being run by Brad Smith. Made a lot of good decisions and some tough throws.
That had to hurt.
Well, you know it's part of the
it got to hurt your pride a little bit when you've been a long-time starter here, and now you get a situation where the guy that replaced you is injured, and then really you're sharing snaps, and some of them were in very crucial situations.
Good point.
Sideline, McCarron's steps out with the first down grab.
So and I know it's just a brief look, and I didn't get to see all the Jet games this year, but this is a real look on how they played last year. Methodical, a lot of short plays, and they just keep the chain moving.
Talking about Pennington, we asked Mangini about him last night. How was he handling just sitting on the bench. And he said, well, this week he helped us a lot in practice. He was Brady during practice. His ball is almost intercepted. He played for the scout team and simulated the role of Brady. And he said he enjoys it too. He is somehow trying to find a way to contribute. Nothing's changed in his leadership, is what Mangini said. He's into the game at all times.
Still a captain, went out for the coin flip of today's game. And you're right, he said he even studied the Patriots to make sure he could do a good job in practice. And he goes, did a pretty good job.
Ball was, you got to think, an incompletion, but Pennington falls on it anyway. Thomas supplying the heat. Well, they'll call it a fumble. No, incomplete.
No, it's a fumble.
Yeah, fumble and recovery, and clock running out. Patriots defense dropping back, and it's not going to be. We've got guys all the way back at the 10-yard line. I'm not sure anybody can throw it that far in these conditions.
That's Randy Moss back at the 10-yard line. You're right.
The last play. It'll go down as a Seau sack. A hug for Maroney, who scored the Patriots' only offensive touchdown. The Patriots are now what we've known is going to be the case all season long. They're going to be the #1 seed as he makes his way toward Mangini. A very civilized meeting it was.